What's going on, everybody? How you all doing out there? We're going to jump back into 9.1 today. We're trying to make a little bit of progress. I haven't made a ton. Been busy making videos and things like that. What's up, Justin? How you doing, buddy? Jay Will, how are you, my friend? I want to check something very quick. What was I checking? Oh, yeah. I know what I wanted to check. I want to see... I put up the video. Jay Will, I saw you were going to pick up a deal or two. That was pretty funny. I want to see... I want to make sure that when I do get my Sinister, I can take him to rank 3 right away. And so I want to make sure I have the tier 4 alpha available. And okay, so we're probably 4 weeks away from getting that tier 4 alpha, that full tier 4 alpha. I've only got 2 right now. I don't think when I'm done with 9.1, I don't think I'll have, 6 that would be required. So I actually will not be taking a champion to rank 3 when that happens. That's fine. That's more than fine. I actually have 2 new rank 3s. Some of you who've seen like my BG stuff or whatever have caught on, but I haven't done a video on them or anything like that. And then for anyone watching on the playback, when we go against the bosses, I will add those as a timestamp, just like I have for the other streams as well. Dathy, I thought you were done. Dude. It's like, it's funny because it's actually not whatever, not funny, haha, funny, like interesting, or just, it's actually been really cool for me. A lot of people have commented, they've noticed the kind of renewed effort or serious effort. I've always taken it seriously, but like to get content out regularly and that sort of thing, kind of show you all what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, where I'm at in the game. And that just comes at a price, right? And this is one of them, is that I'm not able to just like rush the content a little bit, but then we get to stream. I mean, like, you are the ones who are like, no, stream a couple days a week, and let's have fun with it. Don't try to stream every day, because that tends to eventually burn out, and it does. My real life just catches up, and so here we are. So I'm cool with it, man. I'm cool with it. It gives us something to stream, have some fun, talk, hang out, that sort of thing. Jay Will, you're free to play. Absolutely. When I'm not buying a deal, unless I'm buying a deal, I'm free to play in those in between times. Yeah. Yeah. I'm good. Just working and lurking. All right. Thanks for doing this. Start new. So just so like literally what I was just referring to. I'm working on the spicy meter video for this weekend, and was doing a couple fights with a specific champion that I'm falling in love with. Old Man Easy, you and I have been talking about this champion in YouTube comments and streams for a long time, and she is awesome. She's awesome. Okay, so body block. Whenever a science attacker activates a striker, they inflict a heal block passive. Oh, and y'all, y'all let me know if the music's a little too loud. You know, I like it more as a background music. I don't want people to have to like not be able to hear me and all that stuff. This is still a hangout conversation stream. The music's for enjoyment during the quiet parts. Whenever a science attacker activates a striker, they inflict a heal block. Cool. Striking the defender with the first hit of a heavy refreshes this heal block. Awesome. When the attacker dashes back, they gain a regeneration timer. Dashing back again activates the timer. Okay. Every 12 seconds, the defender gains an unblockable buff. They're really enjoying unblockable in 9.1, it feels like. If the attacker is out of striking range, when this triggers, the attacker gains it instead. All right, cool. Whenever a science attacker gains a fury effect, they gain a non-stacking unstoppable passive. This feels I feel like I'm missing something, because this feels like it's going to be outrageously easy, and that just seems odd. Whenever either champ gains a bar of power, the defender gains 2 sacks of cleanse passive. Whenever the defender purifies or cleanses a debuff, they gain unblockable. Okay. All right. I'm not seeing anything that looks too crazy. Taking a look at these. All right, let's have some fun. Let's load up and have a good time. And Science Champions. Gotta bring in Luke. Gotta bring in my girl Titania. And I want to practice Silk. I'm not very good with Silk. I think that's one of the reasons why I don't like playing her that much, and she doesn't make my Battlegrounds deck. One is, I think, is due to her being ranked 2. Jabari has like a can't. You know what? Let's go in and find out. The Adventures of 9.1. These regular daytime live streams are good for me to attend. I can do my job and still listen. It's been awesome, dude. I mean, this is kind of, it's worked out. I'm glad to hear that. I am really glad to hear that. That, again, like I went back, it's probably a couple of months now. I went to my Discord server. I think summer was kind of coming to a close, or I could tell it was. And I was really honest. It's like, hey, I enjoy streaming. I'm really excited about the game and where things are at right now. And so I want to continue doing this. And while I do believe in the whole, like, you know, the YouTuber, or especially in my situation, I should put out like what I am thinking is fun right now. So it's super genuine. I'd prefer, if I'm going to be doing these things, to put out, you know, videos that you all actually want to see. So if we can make those things come together and work together, I'd be all for it. And so they gave me a lot of great feedback, and unsurprisingly, everything has worked out like exceptionally well. The channel's doing really well. I feel like the quality of videos has gotten, I don't know if it's gotten better. I think it's just more like logical. I don't know, I'm not sure if that's the right term. Oops. Titania saved my butt. And then being able to stream on something like reasonable that I can actually keep doing. And it's kind of what they said. It's like, I know you. You show, I mean, I knew you anyway, but it's like, it's the same names. And so I feel like we get to joke around and hang out a little bit more, which is ultimately what I'm trying to do with the streams. Good afternoon from the East Coast. What's up, Haiti? Thanks for being here, dude. She's great. Her Siga's underrated. It is so nice to have an SP3 ready at the end of the fight. Very handy. Oh man, easy. You knew who I was talking about. Or did I say White Tiger? What's up, Kazuri? How you doing? Oh, gee. Highline. How you doing, man? Bringing the positive vibes. Love it. I love it. Yeah, it is White Tiger. It's going to be hard because I think I'm going to have, I'll have, you know, the rank 3 for, Mr. Sinister here, right away. And I think I should honestly do another defender for my Battlegrounds deck. But I'm enjoying White Tiger so much, and I think she'll help me out with my Battlegrounds deck, that I might go her anyways, even though I think I should probably do a defender. I don't know. Oops, I did that to myself. I've taken up the 2 champions that I haven't made videos on or like anything, and I might do like a bit of a rank up video. I don't know, based on the ending of the opening games. I keep misplaying this node very badly. What the heck? You know, I'm just gonna concentrate on this because I'm messing up and I'm not talking well. The two champions that I took up to rank 3 that I haven't done videos on or haven't been in videos is Enchantress and Atuma. Both have been fantastic. Enchantress is a weird one as a defender. Just for context, I've been pretty much in Mysterium 1 and Mysterium 2. And Mysterium 3 a little bit if I tilt or, just get some bad RNG or play poorly or whatever. Enchantress, I think, has won me every round she's been in. I know that I personally, like I showed it in the Luke Cage showcase this last weekend. I was able to pull off really good results in the fight against a 6-star Ascended rank 5. And my opponent, who was a highly skilled player, had a rank 2 Luke Cage. And he got like a 48 scores. Grass MCoC, great channel. And so you can get a good score against her. I'm aware of that. But the way her AI seems to be built, her lack of a heavy bias, and then just the way you go about her, she could be brutal. She can be brutal, even like in a relatively nodeless meta like we have right now. And then Atuma, we'll take a second and talk right here. I'll say hi to everybody. What's up, Jeff? Thanks for being here, dude. What's up, Jason Rushing? How you doing? Jason, I appreciate getting that membership, buddy. That's really, really cool. I always appreciate that sort of support. K-Dog, hey, how you doing, man? Don't let the fact that I'm taking a shower while listening. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm focused now. It's just not on the game, my friend. It's just not on the game. I ranked up a friend a couple days ago. Iron Man 3 War. That's another one I'd like to take up. Actually, I like questioning with him too. I did I think we called him at the time like rank 3 worthy videos. This is a long time ago on him. I really liked him. And that was before his buff. What's up, Micah? He's good. A lot of utility packed in there. I think the stealthy synergy still helps quite a bit. Stealthy, right? If I can remember which one it is. There's a synergy that's really helpful to him. But he's good, dude. Can shut down evade and all that stuff. And if I remember correctly, he's one of those champions that's labeled as like cannot evade, not a ability accuracy reduction or things like that sometimes tricky nodes and defenders get around. Trixie Kabam. But so I took up Atuma, and I am going to do a video on it. I've started prep on this video like last week, actually. And I talked to quite a few different people on it, kind of ran the general theory behind it to them. And then also asked like, look, I don't like giving out videos that I know are going to piss people off, but sometimes I think, my perspective should be given. And if I have time, I'll give it. And I know it's going to upset some people, but ultimately over time, I think they'll be like, well, yeah, okay, it's good that we heard that side of the story too. And one of the things that's coming together for me a lot for us doing like all these like tier lists, the best champions to rank 5, right? 6 stars and 5 stars, the best champions to ascend, the best champions to awaken, 7 stars, best ones to rank, general tier list. Like doing all of those videos, because they are different formattings of similar questions, it's like almost hammered it home for me a couple things. And then the daily offers that we're getting and like how much tier 4 is in there, SOS rewards and the 9.1 battlegrounds, and like not necessarily, you guys know that like I think Serpent's brutal, right? Like if they had just as a player come to me and be like, hi Vega, would you like to make any changes in Serpent? I'd be like, yes I would. Like I'm not arguing that in any way, shape, or form. What I'm saying with Serpent is like, I think he's here to make us make strategic decisions in battlegrounds. In War 2, I don't do 2 or 1 anymore. Those guys are suffering. I feel bad for them. I enjoy watching their videos. It's really cool. But like in tier 3 where I'm at, it's not that Serpent never gets kills, but like I showed you in the how to fight it video, like I'm successfully beating the crap out of him. And, but it's in battlegrounds. One of the things I've noticed is, yes, I will sometimes lose to people who have like those nukes that can do everything or like do as much as possible. But by placing a Serpent or by placing an Atuma, they don't have an answer. Like they just don't. And so my Atuma, even if they kill him, does enough damage to him due to his damage back mechanic that even though my fight go a little longer, might take slightly longer on my side, I win. Because I come out with 90 or 100% health, and they come out with like somewhere 75 or 80. And it's just been hammering home for me. It's like why I like Luke Cage so much, but so many people still call him mid Cage or whatever. Is first of all, one, as I showed in the video, he's getting me scores at 50 and higher sometimes too, in his like ideal matchups. But I can take Serpent with him and get like a solid 48,000. And that's not even awakened yet. And so like more often than not, I'm coming up with a consistently winning score. I'm also not playing like Celestial 1 and 3 and 4 and 5. I get it. Maybe it's just that different up there. That's fine. And so where I'm kind of going with all of this is, I think this is intended and I think it's going to keep happening. And my kind of like quote unquote advice would be to like roll with it. Because I think to continue bashing your head against the wall, it's just going to get so frustrating. But there's a lot of really cool champions. Like Old Man Easy's been shouting out White Tiger for a long time. Bitter Steel did a phenomenal video on her. I think JS has done one. Trappy's done one. And I always had her as like this high skill champion. Like you had to have the highest skilled player. And I'm not saying she's not a high skill champion or that you can't get even better results playing her high skill. But I'm going to show it to you guys this weekend that like even just relatively basic play can get you great results. Great results. And she can take a variety of champions. And so to me, she's a fantastic add to a Battlegrounds deck. The other thing I've started doing for Battlegrounds is I just automatically ban Juggernaut and Cosmic Ghost Rider. And I found that also makes my defenders that much more difficult for my opponents to take because they've been relying on those two champions to take a tremendous amount of options. And so by removing those two options from my opponents, they're now suffering. They're now suffering. So I can't tell people that I will never tell people that they need to enjoy that. And I do think that's important for Kabam to listen to, because if they're like, okay, we're trying to make this like high skill strategy thing and our players aren't enjoying it, they've definitely got to listen to it, because the idea is to make a game that's fun for people to play, right? And so it's not about being right or wrong as far as like an objective truth. It's about, are people enjoying this? And I think my viewers will enjoy it much more if they adopt that sort of thinking. There's also one other little part that to the video that I'm most excited about, and I actually mean it, but I'll save that for the video. But I think people are going to be really, I think if it's true, if it's accurate, and I do think it is, you know me, I don't say things I don't mean. Doesn't mean I'm always right. But there's a moment, there's a precipice that I think as a MCoC community, I think we're getting really close to, and I'm pumped up about it. And I think all these things that I talked about, plus Serpent, are the signs. I might be being a little Charlie Day in front of the chalkboard, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. By trying to play safe, I actually made it more dangerous on myself, so that was good. All right, look at the chat. Did quite a bit of talking there. Old Man Easy. Okay. Oh yeah, Iron Man Infinity War. What's up, Mike? Hey, Steven. I actually took up Iron Man Infinity War on Trappy's advice, and he put in work. He does actually stall a lot more than you think, dude. He really does. As someone who's tried to take him with CGR and Hulkling, there's something I'm like, I'm not doing this right. But then I'll watch like one of these Celestial players. Like I enjoy watching Barrow a lot. I really enjoy watching Barrow. That's a frequent like lunchtime stream for me to catch, because I can kind of just put it on and just observe and watch and see what he's pulling off. I love watching Andy, of course. I love watching a lot of the streamers. You guys see me in their streams and comment on videos. I enjoy the MCoC YouTube community quite a bit. I just don't always say hello in streams because, like, I don't know, I'm eating lunch or I might get a call or I might have to go, and I always feel badly saying hi and then not being there if someone asks me a question or something. But like, I'll watch all these guys, and they struggle with Iron Man Infinity War. It's cool to see him back, dude. Like, I remember when he came into the game. it was a particular node in war that was accentuating it, but he was just like a nightmare. He was a nightmare. Oh man, I watched your Iron Man worthy video. Really enjoyed it. Oh, dude, thank you. I appreciate that. A lot of work went into those. They're fun for me to. Every once in a while, I'll watch them as like kind of a reference point now, and I can see like. I'd like to think I've gotten a lot better at YouTube at making points. I'd like to think I've gotten a lot better at the game too. So that's been helpful. But I know that those videos created a lot of positive momentum for my channel. I think if you guys know Ozfan, he's a longtime channel member of mine. I know he really enjoyed him, and I think that was one of the first ones. One of the first kind of sets of videos that got him to come in. One thing that, like, again, like learning is I think I've gotten better explaining my points on YouTube, gotten a little more comfortable at it. So I don't like look back at these and like cringe or whatever the kids say these days. But like a learning point is the spicy meters are basically are like the new version of it. And the reason being is one of the things I learned is that why people liked the R3 aspect of like, is it worth their assets? Which is cool, don't get me wrong. It's like, as a game, we eventually moved off of rank 3 champions. I think because it was 6-star rank 3s, right? And so nowadays, if someone's going to look for a champion review on like, you know, White Magneto, I think that was another one I did, because that was pretty early on us trying to tell people that we thought White Magneto was really good. You know, you're not too likely to click on the video that's telling you, are they a good rank 3 option for as a 6-star? So I guess the term is evergreen, right? These fights sure do take longer. I'm probably not using the best option here. I knew that this fight wouldn't go like flawlessly. I'm just trying to get through this. When I looked at the lane, I forgot to mention that. I'm basically just looking to whittle this fight down and have enough live champions to get to the next one. That's cool. What's up, Chris? How you doing, bud? It's going great. It's going wonderfully, my friend. People call Luke mid. It's crazy. Yeah, I've gotten to the point where like I think it's a joke, but if it's serious, I'm like, I can't help you. Like I don't know what we're playing different games. You know what I mean? And that's okay. You know. It's kind of like I see someone drowning and I throw them the life jacket and they like throw it back at me and I'm like, all right, I guess we're doing different things, you know? Like I don't know what to do at this point. I've run out of options. So yeah, I don't know, man. One of my favorite things, because I'm in an alliance, you know, that's Battlegrounds focus. Is I tried to help them out with Luke, and they're like, no, he's not, you know, I was like, look, he can even take Serpent for you. And they're like, oh, I'm supposed to be impressed with a 48,000 score? And I was like, well, all the screenshots you're showing, it'd get you a lot of wins, so I don't know what you want. Yeah. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Hey, that's great, Mike. That's really awesome. That was one of the most consistent comments on the Luke Cage video. Was basically like, hey, because of some of your videos, I gave him a second try. And you know what? You're right. He actually is really good. Or another pretty common one was pulled him from a Titan crystal and was really disappointed. But now that I see this, like, okay, it's not my favorite pool, but I'm all right. And I get that, man, dude. Like, I'm actually struggling to figure out if I'm going to open up this Titan or wait till the next one. Like, I'm just like, I don't know, man. Because I really want Shathra, but this current one's the best chance for me to awaken my serpent. So I think I'm going to go for it. But I get it, dude. Like, I'm excited for Luke. I love playing Luke. I think if I didn't like Battlegrounds as much as I did, if I didn't like Battlegrounds as much as I do, I don't think I'd be as excited about Luke. I would still see the value and still see how great he is. But I don't know if I'd be as like pumped up on him. You know, for me, I talked about how great I think he is in BGs as well, and how great for the way I'm playing and the results he's able to produce for me. That being said, like, I wanted Hood, or I don't even know if that's a good example. I want the new shiny champion. Like, I get it as a player, right? Like, hopefully you saw my interview with Crash where I was talking about that. I was like, how do you balance that? Like, player, we want the new shiny. Like, this, the Titan crystal, man. It's called the Titan crystal. Like, it's a big deal. Like, pay attention or this guy's gonna kick my butt. Almost as if he knew. Is he just gonna go unstoppable the whole fight? That's not cool, man. You shouldn't do that. No one likes you. That was underwhelming. I told you guys I don't really know how to play her that well. Stop being a jerk, dude. He looks like he'd be a jerk, that mohawk. He's kind of a defiant guy, you know what I mean? I guess I should be doing the SP3 rotation, huh? Fortunately, I don't really know it. He's very special, Happy. This is interesting. All right, I don't know the rotation coming out of the special 3. Game sound is a little loud. All right. All right, well, Silk carried us home. Game sounds a little loud. You're the first person to mention that, which I appreciate. I appreciate someone being willing to speak up. Is it a little loud for everyone else too? Let me know. Bull's here. What's up, dude? I have a vid on my phone of this fight. Went to SP3 and then did the super combo string to get back to SP2. I think it's the super combo string, which it looks like Campo. Campo, future you, let me know. I appreciate it. That was some of the most roster changing content for me. This was 9.1. What's up, AFO? If it's better if they think Luke's mid, then they don't ban him. Dude, Steven, I've had quite a few people say that, actually. I think that's been more on like my Discord server and stuff, is folks saying like, uh-oh, people are catching on and they're banning him. Which then removes Luke has not reached America Chavez levels for me. As far as if someone bans my Chavez, I am effed. Like I am seriously screwed. But he's getting close. He's getting very close to that level of like security blanket for me. Medium, light, medium, 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 light, light, light. Heavy cancel, in relic, light. Oh, Campo, I love you. I love that you like write that like the earnestness with which you do that. I will never remember that. I will never ever remember that. But I should write it down. I should write it down. If time is tight, you could skip the L and just. That's like. Oh man. Let's try it. Medium, light, medium, 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 light, light, light. Heavy cancel. I'll never remember this. I'm just gonna ask me two over and over. My first time ever being quicker than MSD at something MCoC related. Campo beat MSD. Campo's better than MSD, everybody. That's the one takeaway from today's stream. And for reals, guys, let me know if the sounds are a little loud.
I think the sound is fine. It was just a little loud from my phone.
Hey, what's up, dude?
What's up?
I'm sure you all know MSD's voice, but if for some strange reason you don't, this is Metal Sonic Dude. I was so busy doing that, my Silk gameplay leaves a little bit too bruised eye. Okay, so what am I doing here? Medium, light, medium, 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 light. I'm never gonna remember this.
Yeah, the special 3 loop is a lot to remember.
Yeah, I was probably slow because I was not sure what I was doing, you know?
Yeah.
Because it felt like we were close. I think we're gonna. Oh, Kushala didn't play ball.
I think your best bet is probably just going for a heavy cancel into Relic and then special 2.
Yeah. I should have done it, but she didn't play ball and then she caught me because I let her go unblockable. I'll be alright. I'll be alright. What's up, Dennis? How you doing, bud? Anyways, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining the call.
I'm doing alright, man. It's been a bit of a whirlwind of a week for me, but I'm coming out of the end of it on a positive note, so can't complain.
Yeah, was there a bit of a negative that you feel like talking about, or just?
Not on stream, but
Yeah.
just something, you know, sometimes you can't avoid in life, and you go through it, and you just got to come out of it learning a lesson. You know, it's out of your control sometimes, so you just have to kind of accept that.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Are you a believer in the power of Luke Cage?
I am now. I'll be completely transparent in that I didn't realize how strong he was. I never dogged him. I wasn't like, oh, that's a bad pull.
Yeah.
I will say that I said Blade was a bad pull from Titan Crystal. I'll be honest about that. But I never said Luke Cage was a bad pull. Because I just didn't know, because I didn't have him. I didn't have him as a 7-star. I didn't rank him up. But yeah, I'm a firm believer now. I'm probably going to rank him up. I have him on both accounts. I'm fortunate enough to have him on both, so I'm probably going to take him up on both. I really like him.
Hey, so just real quick, it's just you and me on call, and it looks like there's only 60 people in the chat. Yeah. DLL's not here. I agree. Blade's a really crappy pull from the Titan. Just just between us. No one clip. Yeah, just us. All right. I'm actually with you. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, what's up? Oh, Campo, have a great day. Thanks for being here, man. In all seriousness, Blade is like the epitome of what I'm talking about. Of like, I get it, and like he's got uses. It's not. I don't use the term trash unless I'm like being sarcastic or whatever. He's not that. He's far from that. But like, that's just not what you want from a Titan Crystal. Like, I get why he's there on the Kabam side, and like everything Crash explained. I was like, I totally get this, but like, that's not what you're wanting, man. You know? So yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
No, you're not. You're not. That's just, whatever. Blade
it's no disrespect to Blade fans,
no. Absolutely not. It's not personal. It's none of those things. Blade's on the tier list. Like, we only rank good champions. Like, the whole thing. It's just, trying to think of a good analogy that doesn't make me come across like a jerk. It's like when you're a kid, and like, the newest, like in my day, like the newest Nintendo system had like just come out for Christmas, and your parents, and like, bless their hearts, they didn't know what the newest one was, and they bought you the old version that was now discounted and on sale, and you're like, thanks. Like, you like totally appreciate what your parents did, and it cost a crap ton of money and all of those things, but it's not the Nintendo you wanted. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's like the best analogy I can come up with from my youth. Because like, yeah, save for Blade, like Stink is saying. Like, I literally remember saving for Blade. I remember where I was when I opened and tried to get him. Yeah, like,
I was part of that. I mean, it was such a moment. It was like an era-defining thing.
Absolutely.
But that was so long ago, and in such a different time. I don't even think incursions were what they are now when Save for Blade was happening, or maybe they were in like the early stages of evolving from dungeons. So like, the game was just a totally different spot.
Dude, you know what? You're right. I forgot that there even was something called dungeons.
Yeah.
I didn't play them, like, clearly.
When did you start? Do you remember?
Playing the game?
Yeah, like, when did you start? When did you pick it up?
I actually recall Hyperion coming into the game. Like, I remember this.
Okay.
So I've been playing for a long time. I'm about to die, so hold on. And I had kind of picked it up and played it off and on until then. Like it was at that time. Before, Hyperion's not like my first memory. I don't want to oversell it. I'm going to die. I'm going to not. I'm going to unlife myself here.
She's being very merciful. I mean...
Yeah, she's really trying to give me a chance to not die. He's like, man, what are you doing, dude? Do you know how to play this game? Do your parents know you're playing instead of doing your homework? Okay, well, what were we talking about? So up until around the time Hyperion came into the game, and I think that's why I recall him, is because it was my first thought, like, ooh, this champion's good. Like, there's something different, you know, kind of an awareness. Up until then, it was primarily a game that I would at times play when I had 5 to 10 minutes and not something else to do. And so, yeah, I mean, I was very, very early on it because I was getting into like the MCU, and one of my youngest was going to be born, and at that time, when that's happening, as a husband and a father who was really involved, there was a lot of time where I was sitting around waiting for something to happen. And so I think all of those things kind of came together to get me to be like, well, I'll download an online mobile video game, you know? So, yeah.
Here we are now.
And dude, it is, I don't know why this morning I was actually thinking about that. I'm going to actually read this note because I have no idea what's going on. Jabari, when she's in the hunt, she counters miss, right?
She turns off miss, evade, and dex.
Powerful trio.
Yeah, but Onslaught can block the unblockable specials because yours is awakened, so it's not too big of a deal.
Yeah, I'm just gonna screw around with Danny and see if we can pull off something wild. Probably won't happen, and then yeah, we'll move over to Onslaught. What's up, Mr. Mega Beast? How's the war season going, man? I caught Bitter's video today. That was fun. As far as
so did I.
The SSX crew.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm glad he's back to doing videos, dude. Bitter's like one of those MCoC personalities that like I like the community better when he's making videos.
Yes.
You know?
I agree.
Just such a smart player, I think.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's you can never have too many smart people helping people learn to use champions and things like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, the more the merrier. It really is just, you want to have an environment of people who are as smart or smarter. You know, that's where you see growth.
Okay, so I gotta write out that there we go. We're just going for something big here. Like, I know this won't kill her. Oh, that wasn't terrible, considering how much left.
Pretty decent. Like,
yeah.
All things considered.
I actually think Danny could. There's nothing that's gonna bring back the hunt at a faster than normal pace, right?
No, the hunt, once it goes on, once it ends, you have to re-ramp it. There's no like, oh, you can immediately re-trigger it with anything. You have to just re-ramp it in its entirety.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's pretty clear Danny could solo that fight. At least I think so.
Oh yeah, Danny could do that.
All right, we got to progress here, dude. I'm so far behind in 9-1. Save for Dave Blay was an event to open 30 crystals and didn't get him. Ouch. Then Thanos' team came out and were unbladeable. It diminished him. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I was getting really into war. I was really into war, and that was just like the team, like Blade, Starkey, and Ghost Rider.
This was a time in the game when Ghost Rider was actually a useful attacker as well. So it wasn't just like he was a synergy guy. All three of them could be used, and all three of them were used in different ways. So, I mean, that just goes to show, like, when Blade was relevant, Ghost Rider was also relevant. So you're looking at a completely different era, like a completely different time period in the game.
Okay. When a master attacker knocks down the defender, the attacker has a chance to gain a unstoppable buff. If the attacker was already unstoppable, they instead gain an infinite fury buff. We saw this node in 7, right? I feel like I remember this exact.
Yeah, this was in the first quest of Act 7.
Yeah, I'm remembering this. Whenever the attacker knocks down the defender, this looks like an America Chavez name.
Yeah, you could use Chavez here. Juggernaut makes this very easy as well because he's always unstoppable.
Because he's Juggernaut.
Yeah. I figured you'd pick up on that.
Yeah. This just in, Juggernaut's pretty good. And then what do we want for the Scowl?
I hear Iron Man is really good for this Storm. OG Iron Man.
This is just basically a big Storm X.
Yeah. The good thing about Tony here is you can just spam special 1 and invalidate all that prowess, and you get a super quick ramp up.
Okay, thanks. Bam does not want to give me an Awakened 7-star Tony, dude. I would... You know, like when you're opening a crystal, there's the kind of the ones you kind of hope you're gonna get.
Oh yeah.
But then there's the one that your heart's like, this is who I really want.
Oh yeah.
he's that's him for me. You know, is and so it hurts. It hurts a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Iron Man was my first ever Titan pull.
And
he served me pretty well.
Yeah,
I like him. I like Iron Man. I have him awakened now. He's my raids champion, so he always has a use every month.
Didn't you you soloed Necropolis Sauron and the Pyramid X? Right?
I didn't get a Pyramid X video because I didn't use him in Necro for Pyramid X, but he can do it. Like a rank 2 or rank 3 can solo her pretty easily.
I think maybe you and I chatted about it because I know I was interested in potentially doing that at some point.
Yeah, he's very, very good. Like, he doesn't get talked about too much, but you know, I'll see people in battlegrounds from like ranging from Victory Track to Celestial, and there will be like a sneaky rank 3 Iron Man in there, and it's like, hey, this guy knows what's up.
Yeah. I mean, especially if as the Sig gets going, can actually be a tanky defender.
Yeah, that's a super underrated quality of him is on defense. Like, if you don't have a strong counter, he just takes so little damage because the armor stacks up and you really just can't get it to go away. So, yeah, he's cool. I like Iron Man a lot. I think that rework was a success.
Oh, huge agree. Yeah, we might just maybe it's just King Groot. I mean, this is obviously going fine, but it feels like lining stuff up might be a little. No, you just got to play the node better, I think.
Yeah, it's once you're unstoppable, then you need to knock them down with heavy, and then you need special.
Yeah. I didn't want to get pushed red. That's fine. Iron Man destroyed his X. Thanks, Gustavo. Oh, Wong. Yeah, this would have been a fun use of Wong. Shoot. I don't want to back out, though.
Wong was awesome for this lane. I was going to say, does he, like, take a bit to get going here? Or can he just kind of rip with just the blue spell?
I don't know. I sometimes, like, just for kicks and giggles, because I do enjoy playing Wong. Like, I had so much fun with him in Necropolis that I'll use him for, like, the EQ or something, and maybe the EQ's just ramping him up. But he gets cooking pretty fast. Like, but it might just be that I'm having so much fun with him.
Is your Wong awakened?
Yeah. My 7-star is awakened.
I think that also has to do with it.
Yeah, and I've been having done like a lot. I've been doing the like best to awaken and all that stuff videos this month because I do them every other month. And he was one of the ones I called out. I was like, probably not 7-star because those are so rare. But if you still have Necropolis to do, and if you just don't want to use Aegon, you don't have Kate. I had so much fun with Wong, and I think just the awakening would be enough, like to make a material difference in your run.
Yeah, it really does speed him up. The awaken ability is just so nice to have.
A little early in the lane to just start playing crazy.
Yeah, good special bait there. Not worth the risk.
No, I wanted to just to kind of like YOLO, but
I could see that you wanted to.
Yeah.
I could see the hesitation right before.
Yeah. Mr. Baker, he just slapped him around. I think I went heal pre-fight, and then 2 SB1s and energy damage, and then just speed to other dad. Dude, he's a blast. I actually DM'd the designer. I might have even been in the middle of my run after like a couple fights. Like once I kind of got down what I was supposed to do, and I was like, I'm finally getting to experience Wong where he's like, where it feels like he's designed to be, and it's just a blast. Like, yeah, Steven's saying it too. Wong was a blast in Necropolis, especially that one path on the left with Unstoppable. Yeah. I think Guardian. My recollection is Guardian was there. I should have made videos on that. Should have. I was away for work.
The Unstoppable path is APOC. Guardian's on the far right. The auto block.
Yeah, what am I thinking of?
You're thinking of APOC, Tigra, Hercules, the runaway freight train node.
Yeah. Well, I wonder why I thought Guardian. We'll never know.
He's right next to him.
Is he?
Yeah. He's the first fight on the path. On the far right.
This is my new MCoC crush right here.
Oh yeah, White Tiger? She's great.
I missed an input there. That's not the game. That was me.
If I got my Wider Awakened, I would probably rank 3 her as my next Mystic.
So I've kind of been on that train of I want her awakened, and I definitely think it helps. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as meaningful to where I would be wanting to use her as I thought it was.
Oh sure. It's not a necessity, but I wouldn't want to take her up without it because I feel that in the situations that I would use her in, there's a possibility of the SIG making or breaking it, and I wouldn't want to be caught in that crossfire without it.
Are we talking about fighting Serpent?
Yes.
That's what I thought too. So I'm putting out a White Tiger video this weekend, and I've been doing a bunch of fights for it, just to kind of give. It's going to be like I call them spicy meters. Basically, like, kind of giving an idea for people on why the champions rated on the tier list where they are. So like kind of breaking that down. So it's not like a full showcase. It's more of like a bit of how to play. Here's the benefits of them. Here's what they're good at. Synergies, awakened ability, all that. And so I've been doing a bunch of Serpent fights because I know she can do it. Like Bitter Steel did a phenomenal BG's video and all this. And I did find that, though, was like she could definitely do it unawakened. He shows that. It's great. Oh, yeah. But I multiple times had it where, because I was using my 6-star for the duels, because the 6-star is like unleveled, unranked, everything, where that huge burst of power was really, really nice, to make sure it got closed out. So, yeah.
I like her at low sig. I have a rank 5 sig 200 unascended, and I used her for a while at that level, and I found that the power gain was almost too much.
Oh, really?
I kind of like her at that low sig, so awakening the 7-star would be perfect because you still get that power gain, and instead of it just kind of overwhelming you and not giving you the option of maybe throwing a special one first, you can just immediately go for a special one and then get that trickle of power right to a special 2. So again, it's like it's matchup dependent as well. It's not always going to be the case where you can't throw the special you want to throw, but I think the 7-star at a low sig would just like seal the deal for me, and I would take her up immediately. Because my 7-star is rank 2, and I have fought Serpent with her, and I've done well. Like she'll get 60, 70 second takedowns against rank 5 or rank 2 Serpents, but like if I were ever to be punching up to the rank 3 level, I feel like I would really want her awakened for that.
Hey guys, while MSD was talking right there, I realized, is he a little low? Do you want me to raise his volume? If so, let me know.
Yeah, let us know if
Yeah.
I need to go higher.
No, it's just weird. I don't know what possibly could have caused it, but all of a sudden the game sounds do sound very loud to me. I messed that up. What's up, Oracle? I can't believe it is MSC arrived. Secret identity confirmed. I have White Tiger and dupe, just waiting to dupe her, then I'll go to R2. At least that's my current stance now. I mean, it makes sense too, like when you're making decisions on who to rank and who not to, like waiting for these things is like a tiebreaker or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun making those rank up decisions, kind of like planning it out. At least for me, it is.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that aspect of the game, and that's what keeps me going for a lot of the time. Is just, oh, what are my next 3 rank ups? Like, how am I gonna get there? What's my plan? You know.
Curiosity, when you're doing your rank ups, do you have a consistent thing that you're ranking for, right? Because you don't. I feel like every once in a while I'll see that you're like in 4 Loki. But for the most part, I feel like you're in a Battlegrounds more alliance, right? And so,
Yeah.
do you rank up for one mode, the other, just in general, fun? Like, how do you look at it?
At this point, I rank up kind of for whatever I'm feeling. Like, I'll definitely make a Battlegrounds rank up or 2 if I like an upcoming meta. I'll for sure do that. But it's not all encompassing. Like, my Battlegrounds deck is not filled with 30 Battlegrounds champions, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I'm perfectly fine with that because I'm at a point in my life and career where I really don't have the time to push super duper high and maintain it. I would be cool, but
Yeah.
I really just can't justify it. So I'm not going to rank my roster for Battlegrounds if I can't play Battlegrounds like I want to, or like I would want to. So, you know, I've got my Nightcrawler up at rank 3, and I love him. He's one of my favorite investments of the entire year. And he's, like, fine in Battlegrounds. He's not great, but, you know, he can take down Nick Fury in 45 seconds, so that's pretty cool. And, you know, I have, like, Beta Ray Bill, who's not really made for Battlegrounds, but is great for Everest content. And you know me, I love me some Everest content. So, it really just, it depends on what I'm feeling. And I'm more than willing to make a rank up for Battlegrounds, or if, like, I need to help one of my family alliances in an emergency, you know, I'll make a rank up for them as well. If I need to go back to before Loki or, like, the SVG for a season and help them out. If time allows me, of course I'll do that. But yeah, for the most part, it's just whatever I'm feeling like. You know, there's no specific reason. There's no central focus. You know, there's not like it's only Battlegrounds or it's only War or it's only Everest. It's kind of, oh, who do I want to mess around with more, and that's who I take out.
That sounds like a awfully healthy way to play the game. I'm gonna need you to get a little more toxic about it and just really hyper focus on something, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
When the next Winter Woe fight comes out, I will be sure to do that.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I think you know me enough to joking around. What's up, Truth? How you doing, buddy? We got a question here. I just got so, at least I think so. Just got some sort of, well, is he useful for Act 7 and Act 8? Yes. I don't remember specifically a fight or a node or a lane, but Warlock is just a phenomenal champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Just generally.
Yeah. Congratulations. That's a great pool. Like, sometimes, like, when giving rank up advice, that's one of those things. Like, there's Juke, just to kind of give you an idea, like, you adding the context of, like, just got Thronebreaker and stuff, like, it helps us know a little bit about what your account's probably looking like where you are progression-wise in the game. And I think Warlock's a great champion anyway, right? Like, you see Celestial level Battlegrounds players have him in their deck. Like, he's frequently going to war. Like, he's just a very good champion. Feel like he's even better potentially for a progressing account because of the variety of immunities and power control. It's not technically a heal block anymore, right? It's just like I think it's been reworded to like the opponent cannot heal, but it won't satisfy like heal block requirements on the lane.
Yeah.
But I just think there's so much utility in that particular kit that he's a phenomenal early pull. Phenomenal champion too. I in no way should that be taken as, oh, he's only good for early. No, like I have a rank 2 Warlock and I might rank 3 him any day. Just a matter of time.
Yeah, I'd love to. I just got a 7-star Warlock for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and I would absolutely love to take him up. He's just one of those champs that you want to have at a decent rank for whenever he is needed.
He may actually be he's a reasonable defender anyway in Battlegrounds, but with this next crit me meta, he might be pretty popular defensive placement too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he absolutely will be. I mean, if you're using a champ that relies on specials for the crit damage and they can't remove the armor, then it'll be a stall. But a lot of people are going to be running brute force basics, or brute force basic champions that can just deal all the damage they need to with their basic hits, like Stealth Spidey. So we'll see how he does. I mean, this is going to be a whole new crit me era. Just so many new champions have come out. Sinister just got reworked, and he's kind of insane now, even more so than before. It's going to be interesting to see like what decks are going to be looking like and stuff. I'm excited for it. It's coming at kind of a bad time for me because October's busy and I won't have as much time to play, but I do like crit me, and I'll try and play as much as I can.
I just totally misplayed this. I'm about to die. Yeah, I misplayed that whole thing so badly. Michael, with the donation.
On this guillotine.
It's just, you know what? I am enjoying the conversation and whatever. So I will admit, most of my brain is going towards paying attention. Which is, don't take that the wrong way. Like, I'm enjoying that.
Oh, no, I get it. Believe me, I understand.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the support, dude. I really appreciate it. Let us know if you have a question. You got myself and MSD on call. Bunch of smart people in the chat, too. Really appreciate it. You want that 9.1 final boss as 7-star champion? Dude, so many of the... It would, like, just the animations, the look, the aesthetic. Like, I get it. They're like, well, we can't just have that champion walking around as a playable character. And I'm like, okay, well, change the kit then. You know? Like, but I get it. They've only got so much time and things like that. I wonder if, like, how that would work legally with Marvel and all that. If they even get clearance for that, or, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if she's been cleared to be a character we can fight, I would think it's probably not difficult to just flip it around.
That's what I was thinking too as I said it, and then I was like, I have no idea what I'm talking about though. Like, I would think too.
Chance we're going to get a Karina boss fight in 9.4. From the perspective and opinion of somebody who loosely follows the story, I think it's unlikely. I think it's way more likely that we just fight some variation of the Ouroboros / Chrono Serpent. For anybody who's following the story, they know what that is. I doubt we fight Karina. I mean, is it impossible? No, but I think it's very, very unlikely that she's a boss in Act 9. Maybe like Act 10, something happens and she's a boss, but I feel like this is going to be the conclusion of the whole Chrono Serpent. Like, this is the thing that killed Realm of Champions, and we have to destroy it now.
Realm was the other game, right? MCoC?
Yes. Yeah, MCoC.
I felt like that game was really close, dude. Did you try playing it?
Yeah, I did. I did try. I had made an account pretty early, like right after, because it was announced at the tournament that like I was at and the one that I won, that it was like the duel, it was like the tournament, and then it was also the announcement of Realm of Champions. So like I was super early to the Realm of Champions launch and all that. And then once it went live, I did start playing it, and I planned to make videos on it, but I just never got into it, and it was just way too grindy. And they tried to fix it, from what I understand. I don't know the whole story of like how they attempted to make it survive, but from what I understand, they tried to fix the grindiness because it was just so much of like the same stuff over and over, super repetitive, and it was kind of like a combination of Marvel Future Fight and like a World of Warcraft kind of fighting style, because you had these character abilities that you could use on cooldown, but you could move your character around, so it wasn't just like a turn-based thing. And it was super ambitious, but I think it fell on its face because it was just trying to enhance something that was already quote-unquote perfect, and what's the word? Entice a new audience while also maintaining the player base from contests. And I think trying to do those two things simultaneously was kind of the downfall of it.
Like, yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like, how many new players did it bring in solely for it versus how much was it kind of splitting an already existing audience?
I think one of the main issues was they maybe banked too much on people from MCoC making the crossover and also playing MRoC, and I think because they were thinking, oh, this is definitely going to happen, that they maybe didn't realize that there was going to be an entirely new audience of people that had no idea what Contest of Champions was, that they also need to entertain to, and they're looking for a different type of game. So I think it was just great concept, and I think it would have made for an exceptional, like, limited animated series. But in terms of a game, I really just think it missed the mark.
No, I'm gonna send her over 2 bars of power, and I really didn't want to do that.
Even with the glancing change, that was still 500,000 damage.
Oh yeah. I did a video on him when that glancing change came out, and I was being serious that, like, I was looking at footage from I don't remember exact formatting that I made for it, but I think it was like I was already preparing to make a Shocker video. And so what I did was, instead of, normally before I do that, I go back and at least watch the fights again. I went back kind of like, quote unquote, blind. I mean, I had done the fights and I had prepared the video, so I was semi-aware of what I would see. But I didn't go back and thoroughly review it and just watch it and be like, would any of these fights be different? And the analysis on her, if I remember correctly, was, yeah, instead of overkilling by like 200,000, I know overkill by like 150 or something like that, Like,
yeah,
it was just purely the Maestro, which I get it. Like, it sucked. Like, I'm not, like, eh.
I get it, but I used him for Maestro, believe me, I understand.
Yeah. And for everyone, I appreciate it. Like, I raised MSD's volume. I will say that I feel like the volume on this has all been really weird. Like, the volume of game sounds actually sounds very loud to me, and it like will be loud and then it's all of a sudden not, and I don't know how to explain it. So my hope is that it's not like bursting in anyone's ears.
It wasn't overly loud when I first hopped in, but it was definitely it was definitely higher than like the music.
Which is literally what's happening right now, and I could not tell you why, and then it will go off. And that's not how I want my stream at all, which I appreciated you letting me know, because a lot of it's conversational, it's I don't want people to have to struggle for that. And I think the game sounds, while I do like them, I do think they can take away from the conversational aspect. They're too loud.
Yeah.
But like that whole fight was, I mean, it wasn't like bursting my ears, but it was loud. And on MCoC, so there was two things for me with it. Was it did have like that World of Warcraft element-ish kind of going on. What I mean by that is, like, if I remember correctly, there was a tank, a healer, and a DPS sort of like formatting. And so often I would play with people and I'd be like, please stop trying to like get away. You're the healer. Why are you? Oh God. And like, you know, it was a new game. People were learning how to play. I can't even say for certain that I was right necessarily, but as far as like the RPG of it all, I was like, no. Like, healer, stay away. Please hide. Like, you're just out in the open. They're shooting you. What are you doing? You know, that sort of element. And so that added to the frustration. And I also felt like mobile might not be ready for that sort of, at that time anyway. I haven't tried a similar game since then. Not ready for that depth. Like, and I mean the actual like visual depth. Like, I know Mirrorverse, I think, just went out too. And I found the same issue with Mirrorverse, where it's like, it's not, the depth isn't possible. And so I feel like the action is really tough to follow, like really, really tough. And I wanted to like both those games because I like the characters. I thought that there was plenty of like this game, right? They're never going to run out of characters to add. And obviously by virtue of like the design team here, I feel like, okay, they will be able to continue to design and create and grow the game. But it was just, for me, it was the actual gameplay experience that, and then to your point, I was considering starting a second channel, and I was considering Mirrorverse for it at that time. I was on a summer vacation, and I don't remember if like I think CCP, either CCP got told, it was a long summer vacation. It was that one where I was gone for like 2.5 months. But in that time, I think the CCP got told about Battlegrounds, or maybe we even were able to start testing it. I don't recall specifically what it was. And DLL had been hired. And he's like, look, I can't tell you things. And I was like, yeah, it's, you know, I get it. He's like, there's a lot of really cool stuff coming. And I was like Champions? Or he's like, no. Stuff. I was like, all right. And so that's when I just decided to just stick with one channel for the time being. We got a question from Giant Panda. No, I keep thinking there's questions. Here we go, from CDB. Chat, who'd be better, rank 5 Dust or Destroyer? So it's got to be the 6-star. I'll give my answer and then MST if you'll follow up. I would say Dust for certain, and it's similar to my. I do think she's a superior champion to Destroyer in general. Overall, big thing of the game, right? You go with like what mode you're enjoying and what your account needs and that kind of stuff. Where I could see Destroyer being better for a specific account or person or player. The reason why I'm saying Dust is, again, it sounds like you're ranking up your 6 stars, which is awesome. Dust has triple immunities, I believe. And also does deal with some of the skill threats very uniquely and very well. And so I think you're going to find more instances where you need something that she does in your journey as you progress in your account, then you're going to find yourself needing what Destroyer does. So that's why I would go Dust.
I agree.
I like getting into that nuance, man. I think that's part of why I enjoy the tier lists and things like that so much. I enjoy like the formatting of it and the framing and the nuance to the whole thing. Whenever skills
buy a 7-star bundle, just came back with 3 new champs.
All right, here. Well, let's do be right back screen so we can take a look at this, everybody. I'm gonna reset the game. What did you say it was?
Do you remember when, like a couple of months ago, there was these 3 offers where you could buy a 7-star champion from one of the exclusive pools.
Well, it was really expensive though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like I hear a little bit of pain in your voice. Am I mishearing?
No. It's good. Well, I mean, when Shocker came out, I was sad because I couldn't awaken mine. But no, this is fine. Like, there's nobody here that I'm searching for or anything like that.
Yeah, I am not. No, I'm big on the like, rank up the champion that you're enjoying. Like, as long as they're like within the realm of a reasonable, you're going to pull off much better results than, a champion that's higher on my tier list because you know how to play them, because you enjoy them. These are not. I'll just say it. I know Nagase loves Namor. And I know Nagase pulls off really cool stuff with Namor. I often don't like Michael Jordan could dunk really well. That doesn't mean buying his shoes is going to make you be able to dunk as well. Like, I don't know how else to analogize this. Really, really good champion. Really, really good champion. I think it's really important to remember who's controlling him at the time.
Oh yeah.
But I mean,
Namor's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's an investment, like, through and through.
Absolutely. Like, that's the other thing is like, look, if you're gonna rank up Namor, sink your SIGs into him because that's why you're doing it. You know what I've wondered about this? I should have asked Crash when I had him there. Is they do this sometimes. A champion is now available in the game as a 7-star, but they don't put them in these crystals. I still wouldn't go out and buy them, but I've thought that was interesting. I feel like they could milk whales pretty hard on that if they wanted to. I think that might be an example of where he was talking about we want to like make the money that we need to with as few deals as possible.
Yeah.
What's up, Larson? How you doing, bud? Nagase is a total. I can't say goat. I can't do it. One day, like when I'm really feeling it, you'll probably hear me say it. Because when I was a kid, goat was a bad thing. Like, if someone made a play to lose the game, like Bill Buckner was the GOAT of that World Series. I'm curious if anyone knows what I'm talking about. What's up, Blazer? You'd awaken Moondragon? Dude, Jaeger loves Moondragon. I just can't get into her. I think she's good. Not for me. I don't think, and that's okay. I'm glad I ranked my 6-star Judge. I used him in my 5-star Ascended Herc for Grandmaster. Nice, dude. Only 5 revised. That's incredible. That's awesome. Red Sox for Smet. Okay, I knew Old Man Easy's still there, so he got it. Yeah. Did you? I've said this before about GOAT, and I'm beginning to wonder if it was semi-regional too. Are you familiar with that? Like, at some point, GOAT totally changed to greatest of all time, obviously.
Talking to me specifically?
No, I'm assuming due to your age, you've never heard someone use the term GOAT negatively.
Yeah, no, I can't recall a time when it was ever taken in negative context.
Yeah. What's up, Aiden? How you doing, bud? Truth. Well, Truth took a biblical. Old Testament stuff. Oh man, I would love. Yeah. Well, nah. Yeah, I would love to dive into that, but that feels more like a in-person conversation. I went to a Catholic high school, and senior year we had philosophy instead of religion. And dude was awesome. Teacher was awesome. I even took a couple years of philosophy in college. and junior year, the priest, like looking back, I didn't realize it at the time, but looking back, dude was crazy progressive. And we did do a lot of like work on the Old Testament and learned a lot about it. Fascinating stuff, just absolutely fascinating, like historical stuff. Billy D, old goat, even a rib and good jest. Yeah. There you go. Goat became good only the last 10 years. That's what I think too. But yeah, it's like, oh, dude, so whoever was the total goat, like they struck out, you know, with the bases loaded or whatever. Larson, I don't know, maybe what these guys are saying too about like a biblical context, that it was just like a negative, but it was like the person that ruined it. Like they were, yeah, kind of like the scapegoat. I see that saying, like, look up Bill Buckner, Red Sox, Mets. I think it was the '86 series. The guy, poor guy, made this like really good player, made this error, just like a total, like a bad error, like bad. They end up losing the World Series, and like he was the goat. That was the term, like the scapegoat. So it was a bad thing. So for someone my age, it's particularly weird because the GOAT obviously now means great, right? But like literally during a very strong developmental period of our time, it was the exact opposite. Like it's I don't know how else to explain it. Where people older than us are probably like, what? What are you saying? Talk louder. I can't hear you. You know? So they don't even hear you say GOAT in a good way. Baseball went between his legs. I couldn't remember if it went between his legs or if he kicked it. Thanks, Old Man Easy. Old Man Easy, you don't have to be a Red Sox fan, do you? You're remembering this very well. Faith through fire, that's fair. That's fair. I respect it. That's interesting, Steven. See, I hesitated to even bring this up because I mean, religion, man. Like, I really respect religion. I like all religion, and so I feel a little badly. And I brought it up. That's the reason why I'm even responding. I'm the one who brought it up because I think all discussion should be done respectfully, and I appreciate how everyone in the chat's handling it. I'm probably going to move us off of it though. Because again, I am very respectful of all religions, and I think that's important. And I also know like how chat and internet stuff can go, and I don't want us to go anywhere negative. And none of you are, but I'd like to move us along before that potentially happens. So we'll get back to the gameplay. It's like, oh, good, the gameplay, yay! We're making progress, dude. This is good. I'm hoping by next week. To have this fully down. My wife's been away for work the last 2 weeks in a row. In fact, her plane just landed a few minutes ago. And so it's just been me and my kids, and we've been having a great time. And she was home for this weekend. She was home this weekend, which was nice. And she got in a lot of time with the kids. But she's getting home today. I'm probably going to make a couple of videos. I did a lot of work to get my work done. And I'm going to check out for like 72 hours. That's my rough plan.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
And I wish I had the time to check out for 72 hours.
Well, hey, it's a loose figurative. It's more figurative than literal.
I got it. My life right now is business law and marketing, studying 10 hours a day, basically.
What are you? You're in undergrad, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a junior now.
You're pre-law? You're looking to go to law school?
No, I just have to take a business law as a requirement for business. I'm marketing.
Okay. Are you looking to go to B school? Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know yet. I have to kind of maturely make that decision and not think irrationally right now. I have to want it. You know, I have to want a career that requires it. And if I don't need to go and I can pursue and obtain a career that does not require it, then that's fine.
It's funny. You guys are used to my streams, so you know that sometimes this just happens, and we just end up talking, and I enjoy it. And that's bad. I will tell you that, I could not be more grateful for the life I have. Like, could not possibly. I don't believe I could. I work to become more aware and that sort of thing, and so I don't regret any decision, right? All things were something to like learn from or what have you. The one of the few that if I gave it, like, you're not asking for advice, but you're on call, and is I went directly from undergrad to law school. And I think that was a mistake. I really think that was a mistake. For me personally, obviously everyone's going to be different. But I know I didn't. I barely tried in law school. And I that's not something to be proud of. That was something to learn from. And it's clear to me on reflection that, like, I needed a education break. Like, I had just gone straight through. I was 20 years old. Is that right? I think that's right. When the law school started. Within a few days, I turned 21. But I was incredibly young and incredibly immature. And so I did not capitalize on the law school experience, even though I still don't think I would have ended up being a lawyer. I don't think I capitalized on the law school experience and connections and that sort of thing like I would have if I had potentially just waited a year or two and like busted my ass as a waiter somewhere or whatever and just kind of like worked my ass off and then gone to law school. I think I would have appreciated it and done significantly more with the opportunity that was available to me. So whatever that's worth to you or anyone in the stream.
I totally understand that. In the vein of law, I was on the path to going to law school.
Yeah.
That was my plan initially. I wanted to be a criminal defense attorney. But my moral compass would probably shatter at the mere thought of defending somebody I wasn't 100% certain was innocent.
Yeah.
So, if that were to ever come up or I was kind of in a bind in a situation like that, just the whole moral compass of criminal defense attorney in that whole era or that whole world, I knew it wouldn't be a healthy decision for me going forward. That if I couldn't do what I wanted to do and only like fight for justice, I wouldn't want to pursue it, and I didn't, and I think that was a wise move.
I think so too. It was interesting when you said criminal defense. I was like, did I mishear? Just limited knowledge of you and us hanging out and the way you carry yourself. Your ultimate analysis was where I immediately jumped to. So I was like, I don't know if he would enjoy that. I just want to jump into this. I'm enjoying the conversation. If I use items because of it, I'm very okay with it. I did everything I could to make law work for me, and for similar reasons to you, I just couldn't, especially given the hours that are required to do it well. Did I need a slow? Did I look at this correctly? I think I did.
You could use slow here, but you're probably better off just playing into the node. All you really need to do is whiff light attacks to gain power, and then dash back, hold block to trigger a root on yourself. And then when that root expires, or you use a special attack, you gain a true strike, so they can't evade.
You made that sound so easy. I think I was just trying to read and carry the conversation. What's up, buddy? Thanks for being here. Katie Candy, what's up?
Hey, Katie.
That's all. Like, I talk to my kids about that right now so much, where I was like, it'll all work out. Like, don't stress. It's actually good is both my wife and I both use our degrees, like, as far as I think law school really helped me in like analytically and logically going like analyzing something. So I think that was very, very helpful, and I think my undergraduate degree helped me as well. But I'm not a lawyer, and my wife doesn't technically do what her degree was in, but it's very helpful in her career. It's very helpful in her career. So that's, I think, been helpful to us in talking to our kids about, like, look, not don't worry about it, but more like try not to feel like this needs to be perfect so that the next stage of your life will be perfect. Like, try to enjoy now. Try to enjoy now, and just continue to work on yourself and your ability to think and analyze, and you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Yep.
Yeah, Old Man Easy. Ultimately, I agree with that. Old Man's just saying it's like, it's kind of person dependent. Okay, what did you say? Backup, whiff, and special?
Yeah, so you want to dash back, hold block, and then you trigger a root on yourself, and then once that expires, you get a true strike. And then you just want to whiff light attacks, and that gives you power, and that's kind of the beginning and end of it right there. You can't gain power in any other way. It's only whiffing the attacks. So.
What a very unusual note.
Quicksilver is great for it.
What's that?
Quicksilver is great for it. So is Onslaught, as you're seeing now.
What did I need to do to get the true strike again?
You need to dash back, hold block, trigger the root on yourself, and then when it expires, you get the true strike. I think you can also cancel the root out and like use a special, and that also gives you the true strike.
So, the game sounds really loud again, right?
I don't have your volume on. I can only just hear you from the Discord call.
Got it. What an unusual node. Would you consider Onslaught to be the best mutant champion in the game?
Yes. I don't really think there's any comparison, to be blunt.
I don't think so either, and yet he's one that, like, sometimes people ask me, and not that I necessarily have trouble explaining it, it feels a little bit more like, and I don't mean this as an insult. It's not an insult. It's more of like recognition of where someone might be in the game, as far as like their progression level and like what challenges they're facing.
Yeah.
Because it kind of feels like, I'm not sure how to, this is the first time I'm ever really trying to explain this, so give me the space to change what I'm saying. When someone asks me that, I often just feel like if I need to explain it to you, then we're playing this game very differently. Not that if I need to explain it, not that you're wrong or dumb, more like I think further questions are required for me to understand why you're not seeing that. Does that make sense?
It's just you're at a different stage, you know?
Yeah.
Or you're new and you don't understand, and you're not into the nuance and depth.
Yeah. Thanks for. I realized that I was like, it sounds like I'm about to insult everyone. That's not what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, it's just it's for people who have been playing the game. It's very easy to see why he's the best and why he will be the best for probably a very, very long time. Kind of in that same vein of like, why is Doom the best Mystic? Why was Ghost the best tech? You know, kind of that same. Oh, if you've been here for a while, you just get it. You're up with the times. You understand why A plus B equals C. When you're not in that position and you don't have the same bank of game knowledge and experience, and maybe like you don't have the same access to that type of information, you're just looking for like, hey, is this champion good, or who should I use here?
Yeah.
I think a lot of the time, YouTubers, especially when they're like, you know, like kind of paying attention to something else and not necessarily thinking about like what the audience is asking for, what an audience member could be asking for. Sometimes people get frustrated about like, why don't you know that this is the champion, or like, why don't you know that this is the best character? Why are you asking me this redundant question? When in actuality, maybe not like every time, but probably a decent portion of the time, it's coming from a genuine place of curiosity and a desire to understand, rather than just like, oh, I'm gonna be a rapscallion and ask these stupid questions to piss this guy off. I think that's a very small portion of where those questions come from, and most of the time it's like, oh, this person's probably very new or very inexperienced with kind of how gaming and communities kind of work and how that information can be spread and how they can learn about things, and they're just genuinely curious. I think that's where most of those types of questions come from.
Oh, absolutely. I think when posed with questions on this sort of medium, it's really important to interpret them with as much positive intent as possible.
Yeah.
If you do that and then the person shows that they're just trying to troll, then fine. You gave them the space. Like, yeah, miscommunication and stuff like that, it's just so easy to happen.
Yeah, you need to go into it with the intent of assistance and helping, rather than just making the blank assumption of, oh, this person is asking a redundant question that I know the answer to, so I'm not going to answer them sincerely.
This node feels, I need to reset my game too. So, well, this node set feels designed to make you just get frustrated and mess up, which is a fine challenge.
Yeah, this is the toughest lane in here for sure. We made note of that in the beta as well. They didn't change it.
I mean, it's kind of fun, don't get me wrong. It's just, it feels the most, it feels like almost like, now fighting Bullseye is the wrong thing. Bullseye like took the concept and like exponentially made it more difficult. But it just feels like intended to kind of get you to, over time, make a mistake out of frustration or annoyance. Hey, Abdo, what's up, bud? Abdo, I think he's serious. What's up, buddy? As soon as we get our free chill, she's going straight to rank 2 for me. Oh, dude, she's awesome. She's a truly awesome champion that I feel like to me, she feels like more than the sum of her parts. Like, maybe someone like MSD will feel differently, but for me, reading her kit, I did not come away with a true appreciation for how powerful she feels in fights. Like the flow and just the way it all fits together is just beautiful. Anyone have compensation for raids? I don't. I don't know. Honestly, I have no. Like, I get why people are asking. I fully do. I think for some reason I checked out on raids like a week ago. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, it's been quite the debacle.
It's I think I made the joke the other day. Oh, it's an Abdo stream. That I was like, oh, I think when we finally do get the correct raids compensation, it'll come with an extra key for Grandmaster's Gauntlet.
Is that even worth it anymore? I mean, if we're being honest here.
No, I would think not.
That right there, perfect Crucible content. Grandmaster's Gauntlet, bring it on. That is like A+ Crucible redesign right there.
Dude, Crucible was, I believe the kids say peak. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's what kids say too. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm not up with the kiddo lingo, believe me. So
all right. Well,
I gotta catch up with it sometimes too. I'm in class sometimes and I hear these words and these strange sounds and I'm like, what in the heavens is going on?
The sounds are funny. But yeah, the Crucible was like for so many different reasons. Like, I think, you know, without not this, I always feel like I need to sometimes preface with like, this isn't insider info, or I haven't talked to DLL about this or whatever. So I want to make it clear, this is just me, like purely me. But it feels like it even opens up a space for various champions to like shine, you know, to like get their moment.
Absolutely. Like, I think it was so good for Mordo, just having that one specific fight where you can use him and be like, yes, this is a Mordo fight. I have use for him. I can save my other characters for something else.
Well, and just by virtue of like having to take, what was it, 30? Was it 30 without stop? Whatever.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah, it was something like that. Like, I used Ironheart. I recognize that Ironheart is a fine champion. She's good, okay? And if someone wants to tell me she's great, I'm not going to argue with you. But sure, okay. But I literally never use her, ever, anywhere, for anything. And there was a fight where it required, like, the debuffs didn't even have to stay. They just needed to be placed. I don't even remember who I was fighting anymore. And I was like, oh, I'll use Ironheart. That'll be awesome. And I did. And it was awesome. And it was fun. And, you know, she went back to the bench on my roster, and it was fine. But I just thought that was cool. I don't know how else to explain it besides that. What's up, Mike? How you doing, bud? What's up? Wait, what? I enjoyed the planning of it. Yeah, Mr. B, I enjoyed that too. Sim did a phenomenal planner. There's a lot of great ones. Aiden did a great one. There ended up being quite a few. What in the heavens is going on? Command create a new Yeah, I like, honestly, Billy, like, that's kind of where I've gotten with it, is like every once in a while this happens, and that's why I made the Grandmaster's Gauntlet joke, was for whatever reason, this is one of those ones where like the hole's just going to get a lot deeper until they come out. And I think for some reason I decided that was how this raid stuff was going to be about a week ago. And so now I'm just like, I don't know, whatever. I don't like, sure. I don't know. Lefty's here. What's up, Lefty? I think Crucible is my favorite content ever. I mean, that's a statement. That's not a question. So awesome. I don't know if I can call it I can't think of something else that I enjoyed more. Yeah, I can't think of something else that I enjoyed more. There was a lot of reasons why I liked it, though. Like, a lot. More than just, like, me having fun. What's up, Hank? How you doing, bud? All right, we'll continue to do this a little bit. I think my wife's going to be getting home pretty soon. And we are going to lunch. We are having a date. Like, even this last weekend, she was home, but we barely saw each other. I had the VBC match, Andrew versus Barrow, the interview with Dorky Dave. Did you get a chance to see that, bud? It was really cool.
The interview?
Yeah.
I did not get a chance to see it. I caught a glimpse of like some of the matches, but I did not get to see the interview with Dave.
Yeah, such an awesome guy, man. It was cool to be able to just like talk with him, you know?
Dave's great. Dave and I go back. We go way back, like further than probably a lot of people even know.
You know, it's funny, as you said that, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Like Comic-Cons and the contests and things like that, right? So
yeah. Like, that was kind of the I had known him and spoken to him prior to that, but when I met him on stage and then afterwards, that's kind of when I've known Dave for a very long time.
Yeah. Then there's probably almost no reason for you to watch the interview, to be honest. No, because like and this happened with Crash too. Is in both interviews, it felt like we could have talked for another hour, like easily.
Oh yeah.
And so they both felt very like on the surface. Although Crash came with like a lot of information that I did not realize he was going to do. It was awesome. Yeah.
Both good guys. I've gotten to know Crash a lot better recently. And yeah, Great guy. He tells you. I think one of the things you said in a live stream or in some kind of video is like he says it how it is, and he doesn't really mince words.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that. I don't like to have the point danced around. You know, I want to know like, okay, what's the deal? You know, like tell me what's going on so we can have a further understanding of what needs to be done, what we need to keep doing, etc., etc.
Absolutely, and I was still kind of getting to know him. This lane is going to cost me items. I can tell. Doesn't necessarily need to, but it's making me play Onslaught particularly poorly.
Yeah, this lane is just... It's definitely something.
I don't know if I think, like... I don't know what to say. Like, I honestly, after reviewing the Shocker fight... Oh, you put out the video today, right, of Venom?
Yes, I did.
That fight felt like, I'm not even totally sure I understand what you guys are going for here. So I'll have to watch your video. And this one feels like I kind of get what you're going for, and I respect it. It's just hard to carry on a conversation and do it. And that's right. A me problem. That's not a lane problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
What were we talking about? We're talking, Crash. We disagreed on something. I became aware that obviously, you know, no one watches every video, but he was aware of my channel and things like that. And after I would do like a state of the game or a constructive criticism video, he and I would sometimes communicate, and everything was friendly and good and whatever, right? And then there's one, he's like, but on this one point, I really disagree with you. And I was like, oh shit, is this where we do the internet thing and we fight? And I was like, I don't want to fight. I don't want to do this. And then I was like, all right, like, that's fair. Like, we can totally disagree. And then he like explained. And I was like, yeah, I see your point. And he's like, cool. And that was it. And I was like, oh my God, that was amazing. Like, two people disagreed on the internet and we're like, that's okay. And like, that was it. And I already really liked him a lot by then, which just, I think, made it that much easier. But that was a very cool moment for me, for someone who I'd never met in person or anything like that. So I actually hope I do get to meet him soon. That's one of the biggest bummers about no brawl, no meetup or anything this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So. Do you think the challenge of this is supposed to be that you self-root, and so like you might get destroyed by the defender at that time, and then obviously your desire to get power? I've done that multiple times where I kind of forget that the defender's got power and they come in and smack me upside the head.
I think the intended design here is you self-root, you spam lights within the root, and then by the time the root's over, you have the true strike.
You can get dude, this whole time I didn't realize that the lights are anytime. I thought it was while you had the true strike.
Oh, yeah, it's any light attack at any time.
Alright. Oh, I'm gonna get destroyed. I'm dead. Shield is good, but no one can survive that. And I have heard my wife come home. So, shoot. Yeah, how close are we? You know, guys, I appreciate the hangout, but I think I'm gonna bounce. I really do appreciate y'all. I have had a lot of fun with these Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I got a date. I got a date to get to.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Yeah. FinTech is about to stream in fact, it looks like it was scheduled to start a minute ago, so I think he's still well within the time. He's going to do Battlegrounds matchup. Looks like the K21 Championship Series. So FinTech playing live Battlegrounds is always a treat. So why don't we send people over to that?
Yeah.
Let's find Finn, huh? I'm never the best at this stuff. There we go. Please let him know that I said hello. And to break a leg, to break many legs, and have a lot of fun. Thank you everyone for being here. This is always a lot of fun. We'll be back next week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll keep that up. I do have videos coming out this week, so make sure you check those out. The White Tiger, Spicy Meter, the general tier list for the month, and a video that is sure to upset a lot of people. So I'm looking forward to that, but I do think it'll be helpful to folks who are interested in it. Thank you to Michael for the incredibly generous donation. I always appreciate it. Thank you to everyone in the chat for being here. We had a lot of fun. Talked about some heavy stuff today. It was fun. And MSD, dude, thanks for hopping on the call. This was a blast.
Yeah, no problem, man. Anytime.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.